Okay, so um, have you ever thought about switching careers? Like
Hmm.
maybe getting into tech,
Yeah.
but maybe you don't want to like go full on coding.
Right.
Yeah, it seems like everyone's talking about AI now.
It's a lot.
It is a lot. It feels almost impossible to know where to even start.
Yeah. All the rules are changing so fast.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's kind of what this whole deep dive is about.
I like it.
We're going to try to like break it all down, all
Okay.
this stuff about being a software analyst.
Okay.
And we found this website, RoleCatcher.
I've heard of them.
They seem to get it.
What do you mean?
Like how hard it is to figure out what you even want to do
Oh, yeah, for sure.
and then how to actually get hired.
Yeah.
They have a bunch of advice and tools.
Like what?
We'll get into it, but
Yeah.
first, what does a software analyst even do?
So they're kind of like the go-between tech stuff and people.
Oh, interesting.
A software analyst makes sure that whatever's being built actually solves a real problem.
So it's more than just coding all day.
It's more about understanding what people need
Okay.
and turning that into instructions.
Like a blueprint.
Exactly. A blueprint that the developers can follow.
That makes sense. So are they like the architects
Yeah.
and then the developers are the builders?
That's a good way to think about it.
So you need to be good with people.
Definitely.
Yeah.
RoleCatcher actually says that communication skills are just as important as technical skills for this.
Really?
Yeah, you're always having to explain complex stuff to different people.
It's true. Some people get really technical.
And then you're working with people who have no clue.
Right. So it's like you're translating for them.
Exactly. You have to speak both languages.
Mm.
And it's not just communication. They also need reading comprehension, critical thinking, and active learning.
Those are interesting. Can we dig into those a bit more?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so like reading comprehension. Think about it. A software analyst is always reading through documents, user stories, technical specs, stuff like that.
So they have to be like detectives almost.
Kinda. They have to look at all this information and figure out what's important.
Right. And then there's critical thinking.
Exactly. You're not just following a recipe.
Yeah.
You're solving problems.
Okay, so say a user's like, I want my shopping cart to just remember my credit card.
Right. That's a good example. It sounds easy, but there's a lot to think about.
Yeah, you can't just say, sure, we'll do that.
Exactly. The analyst has to think, is that even possible? Is it safe? Does it make sense for the whole app?
That's a lot of responsibility.
And that's not even mentioning all the technical stuff they need to know.
Right, like how to actually build the thing.
That's where the active learning comes in.
Because things change so fast in tech.
Exactly. A good software analyst is always learning new stuff. Languages, tools, best practices.
So you never stop learning.
Never. It's actually one of the things I love about this field.
It keeps things interesting.
For sure. And speaking of interesting, RoleCatcher has this cool way of breaking down the career path.
Oh yeah, tell me about that.
They have 5 stages, starting with junior analyst and going all the way up to principal analyst.
5 stages. Wow. What does a senior analyst do?
So let's say you're working on a banking app.
Everyone uses those.
Right. It seems simple, but there's actually a ton of features.
It has to be really secure.
Exactly. So a senior analyst would be talking to users about how they use the app, but also working with the security team to make sure everything's safe.
That sounds like a lot to balance.
It is. You're basically the bridge between what the users want and what the developers can build.
While also making sure it's secure.
Exactly. And then on top of that, you're writing the specifications.
The instructions for the developers.
Right. So you need good communication, strategic thinking, and some technical chops.
That's a lot. But it sounds really rewarding.
It is. But getting that first job can be tough, especially with those AI recruiters.
Don't even get me started on those.
That's actually where RoleCatcher can help. Their tools are designed to help you get past those bots.
AI recruiters sound scary. Like they're going to reject me before a human even sees anything.
It can feel that way. But RoleCatcher helps you understand how they work.
So you can like trick them.
It's not about tricking them. It's about understanding what they're looking for.
Okay. So what are they looking for?
Keywords. They scan your resume for keywords from the job description.
So if the description says cloud computing,
You better have that on your resume.
makes sense. But you can't just like stuff it in there, right?
Right. It has to be genuine. RoleCatcher helps you figure out which skills are actually important.
And then make sure your resume highlights those.
Exactly. They even have this browser plugin.
A plugin.
Yeah, it analyzes job descriptions as you're looking at them.
No way. What does it do?
It tells you how well your resume matches up. Like right then and there.
That's amazing. So I can see what I need to change.
Exactly. And that's just one of their tools. They also have interview prep stuff.
Oh, wow. Look what.
A huge database of interview questions.
So you can practice.
Exactly. It's super helpful.
Hey, remember how we were talking about those career stages?
Yeah,
Do they tell you, like, what to expect salary-wise?
they do. They connect those stages to real job postings.
Wow. So I can see what a senior analyst actually makes.
Yep, and what kinds of companies are hiring.
That's really useful
It's all about giving you the information you need.
to make good decisions.
Exactly.
Well, this has been really eye-opening. So if someone's listening and they're thinking, maybe software analyst is for me, what should they do?
Just start exploring. Go to the RoleCatcher website. They have tons of free resources.
It's free?
Yeah, you can try out the tools, read about different careers. It's a great way to learn more.
It sounds like it. So what are we waiting for? Go check it out, everyone.
And that's it for this deep dive. See you next time.